It's April 22nd, about 3:15 in the afternoon. Beautiful sunny day. 66 degrees today. Still a little chilly, but I'm getting my picture taken. My objective is to go through 4 hives today. I want to set this up for spring. I'm going to look to see what the brood patterns look like, go into it a little more detail, and take a sample for mites. And if the mite thresholds are higher, I am going to put a treatment on. I have mite away quick strips to go on these hives. You're starting to see some of the nectar flow come in here. That's why I chose mite away quick strips, because you can treat with honey boxes on. This hive, if you saw the previous inspection, the bees are up in the top 2 boxes. I don't normally overwinter this hive with this many boxes, but I wanted to try it this year. I don't know that I would do that again. I don't think it needs this much space. I think I would do 2 deeps and 1 medium with honey, and that's about it. 2 of them didn't make any sense, and now the bees are up here. What I'd really like to do is get the bees down, but you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to open this hive, I'm going to find the brood chamber, and I'm going to take some sample of nurse bees and find out what my mite load is. While I'm at it, I'm also going to look at brood patterns. A little bit more scrutiny this week than last time to see what the queen is doing. I have my setup ready to go here to do my mite sample, and I have off camera my clipboard that has my note-taking devices, so everything's laid out ready to go. I guess it would make sense to smoke. I'm seeing pale colored pollen going in. I know from looking that that's a sign of snowdrops, although the snowdrops on our property are almost done. There's also crocus available, just finishing up, and who knows what else they're bringing in. But as I watch all the bees coming in, about 2 out of 3 bees have light pale colored, and some of them have golden yellow. I put the smoke in here, but I know the bees are primarily up here, so go ahead and get started. I was out here getting everything set up. I walked in front of the hive. I wasn't here but 4 seconds and got stung on the arm by a bee that just flew by. I hope that's not an omen of what we have going on today. Just a little smoke, let them know I'm coming. So I know the brood chamber is in these top 2 boxes, and I think it's going to be in the second box. So I just wanted to take a quick look. I'm going to take this box off and set it on the stand. I'm going to start looking in this one right here. The other thing I'm going to do is, I saw the queen was down here earlier, and I'm going to look to see if she started laying down there this week. Okay. So I can tell already the cluster is right here. Some bees up, looking at me. Not very happy to see me. I think the other thing I see going on here, which has a little something to do with it, is there's ants all over the thing, and they're probably defending against the ants, which make them a little fussy, and immediately I have some bees inspecting me. Now my guess is the brood chamber is a little further away, so I'm going to come in this side to try not to impact them. I could feel the heat of the hive which frustrates me, right? Because I'm letting the heat out. Just a little new nectar storage here. Not much going on. So I really only need one frame. And I'm going to make my way into where I hope the brood's going to be. This is a honey frame. Not a surprise to find this here. There was a ton of honey in this box when we started last fall. Just a little bit of nectar stored, some pollen in this one, and solid pollen. This means it's the outside of the brood chamber, which means I'm going to find brood next frame. That's where they're going to put their pollen, right next to the brood. Not a lot of bees in here. Let's see, this should be a brood frame, and it is. Gonna make sure I don't have a queen on here. I do not. Gonna turn so the sun is to my back. A couple bees inspecting me. This looks like brood that just emerged. The center of it is coming out. It's pretty spotty though. Looking for my queen. Before I take a sample, I'd really like to know which frame she's on, just to avoid taking her. I'm looking deep in the cells to see if I see any eggs. I do not. Seem just a little testy. I don't know if it's the cold or what's going on with that. And again, not a very big population in here. This time of year I should be seeing a lot of bees. Another brood frame fully emerged. This has got eggs all the way across. I could see royal jelly and eggs and just some larvae starting. So they have all hatched out of this frame, and she has laid right back in it. So if there's any question about whether my queen's working or not, it just is solved, because I could see completely every cell is full with an egg on that far side. Looking for my queen, and I do not see her. This might be the sample that I'm going to take, because these are nurse bees on this brood. I'm just going to go one more and see what I have. Little tiny ants scurrying all over the place here.